ब्रो, गुनीत ब्रो, हाँ ब्रो बेली फैट कम करना है ब्रो। ये जाता ही नहीं है यार, इतना कुछ यार बेली फैट ब्रो सिंपल एक्सरसाइज है उसके। Which exercise bro? Come on bro.
Each and every single one of us wants that one exercise that is going to help us get rid of our belly fat. But unfortunately, there is no such exercise that exists. And it is simply because spot reduction is a myth and you cannot lose fat from a targeted and specific area in your body. All you need to do is eat in a caloric deficit for a long period of time and stay consistent. Hi guys, my name is Guneet and welcome to the video. So now that we've understood that there is no one specific exercise to target fat in those areas and we need to lose fat from all over our body, how do we do that? It's not a very complex procedure and I have broken it down into 6 simple steps for you to follow. So let's get right into it. Step number 1 is going to be calculating your maintenance calories. There are many ways to do it and none of them are completely accurate. But yes, they do give you an idea. So what do you have to do is go to the BMR calculator in my description and calculate your BMR, multiply it by your activity level. Be sure to use the activity level which you are closest to and do not lie to yourself here because you just won't get results. After you've done that, you have to subtract 500 calories from that and eat those amount of calories every single day for a week. If you've lost too much weight by the end of the week, then you need to increase your calories. If you've lost too less, maybe decrease them further. And if you've gained weight, then decrease them quite a lot. Step number 2 would be downloading an app to track your daily calories. I would personally recommend Healthify Me because it suits me the best and perhaps all Indians. It's got most of the Indian dishes and you can track them as per your ingredients and get the overall statistics. It is actually quite cool that it even tells you the overall statistics. It shows you all your macronutrients as well as your micronutrients. Step number 3, cardio. Now this is a tool that I see people abusing quite a lot. They'll just keep running on the treadmill for 4 hours a day and end up in a condition worse than they already were in. Cardio is something that you must do and it's not compulsory to lose weight, but it does give you that boost. I would recommend doing cardio about 2 to 3 times a week and I think that is enough. Now for cardio, I can suggest you a few methods, but I would prefer if you do the one you enjoy. There are many things that you can do. You can go out running, you can play some sport with your friends, you can go cycling, or you can even do skipping. There are a large number of options out there. High intensity interval training, often known as HIIT, or some maybe call it HIIT. It is something very common and most recommended, but I would not suggest you to go and do something you do not enjoy. Just do something you enjoy and burn calories, that's all that's needed. Coming on to step number 4. Increasing your NEAT. NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. These are the amount of calories you expend except the time you are exercising. So the only way to do that is increase your activity level throughout the day. What I like to do is get up every hour for at least 5 to 10 minutes. I usually sit on the bed all day long watching some TV shows thanks to this lockdown. But there is a simple way to counter that, and that is get up every single hour for 10 minutes and walk around the house. Once you've done that, you should be able to get in about 10,000 steps every single day. It is actually not tough and you should give it a try. It will help you a lot and boost your fat loss. Coming on to step number 5 and the most important step, formulating your diet plan. When it comes to formulating my diet plan, I only focus on my overall calories and my protein intake. My daily protein intake is around 175 to 180 grams and I think that is actually enough. For all of you out there, I think 0.5 to 1 gram per pound of body weight is enough. If you're someone looking to build muscle or even maintaining a good amount of muscle, 1 gram is the side you should stay towards. But if you're someone who just wants to get those abs and not really focused on getting big arms or maintaining a large amount of muscle, I think you can stick to the side towards the 0.5 to 0.75 grams per pound of body weight. Next up is fiber. Fiber is very important when you're trying to lose fat, and not only that, because it does keep you full and that helps with fat loss, but also it helps you with your digestion. I would recommend about 12 to 15 grams per 1000 calories. That is a good amount of fiber, and you should have at least that much. Let the remaining calories fall into place. Your fats and carbohydrates will automatically fall into place. And don't be scared of carbs. I have seen many people who are carbophobic and think that they'll get fat just by eating carbs. Your carbs should be ideally at least double, if not more, of your fats. So if your fats are around 70 grams, I would recommend about having 160 to 170 grams of carbs. You can formulate that yourself. Just make sure your protein and your fiber is up. Going on to the last and final step, the 6th step. Don't be shy to try out new recipes and actually experiment with your diet, because everyone has foods that they love and they feel that they miss out on them while dieting. What I personally try to do is try to find healthier versions of the foods I love and incorporate them into my diet. I will leave the links to my favorite channels about healthier recipes down in the description. As a bonus section, here are some protein sources for vegetarians that they can incorporate into their diet. The first source will be paneer, and the most common one. The next source would be tofu. It's got considerably low calories as compared to paneer. The best source of protein for the vegetarians is soya, and is about 50% rich in protein. The only misconception is that it increases estrogen amongst males, but if you're having about 100 grams and not more than that daily, it should not cause you any problems. The last source is dal, and specifically moong dal. It is quite rich in protein and often neglected. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and got something to learn from it too. If you did, hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.